ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to What the Fuck After Dark. And so, a young Matthew sat alone, waiting for his co-host to join the Discord call so that he could begin a recording of a podcast. Here, we see a Matthew in his natural habitat, making sure that he's using the right microphone settings so that Zachary doesn't get mad at him. Although, the last time he tried, it was set correctly, and somehow the mic still fucked. Oh, hi!
Howdy, howdy.
I was recording voiceover as if I was a nature documentarian, watching my life.
Oh, interesting.
It only happened for about half a second.
Oh,
And by
okay.
half a second, I mean like a good, probably 30 seconds.
Okay. Are you recording on the microphone tonight?
I was just talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, last time I set this up, I was recording on the Yeti when we started, and somehow it fucked up. So
Okay.
I did make sure that I am on the Yeti per the audio setup before things started.
Okay.
I am hoping that that carries forward because I don't see why it would change in the middle.
Neither do I, you know? I have no idea why it would change in the middle.
I came home from work the other day. Let me tell you this harrowing adventure.
Okay.
I came home from work the other day, and my dad
Yeah.
says, "Hey." I was like, "Hi." And he goes, "I just want you to know that I brought all the dogs to the basement today." And I was like, "Okay.
Okay.
This is not like a novel experience." He goes, "The puppy got into your trash bin." And I was like, "All right."
Okay.
And he goes, and while he was scaring himself at your trash bin because he like got something and then something startled him, whether it be like his collar bumping into the plastic that is my trash bin or whatever, he's like, he got tangled up in the cords and he pulled your microphone and your headphones off your desk and slammed them into the ground. And I was just like, why? Why is this my life?
Why?
So I was very nervous that my microphone was going to be somehow busted, but it's not like my desk is 20 feet up.
Yeah, no, it's not that far up.
And it's
which
also
is
a
good.
carpeted floor. I
That
apologize,
is
I'm
helpful.
scratching my back with a back scratcher.
Oh, no, you're good. Do what you gotta do.
Well, you yelled at me last time that I scratched myself. Are you
yell.
still doing a story about a guy from World War I?
Nope.
Fuck.
Why?
Well, because my notes have an intro based on you doing a story about a guy from World War I.
Well, I will tell you that I've switched it up, and if you wish to say, hey, you told me one thing, and now you're doing another, you rat bastard, you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll fuck around and find out.
I found something that I couldn't resist.
I'm also giving a shout out to Stephen Cat
Oh, of course.
because I said, and I'm Matt. Today I learned what our boy Steve looks like as a married man.
Aw, that's so nice.
He deserves it. What episode are we on? Is this 90?
90.
So in 10, we should have a whole group get together.
Yes.
For our
However, like,
100th episode.
well, so we're the number of episodes that are being released are different than the like actual count, if that makes sense. So like the
It
episode that just
does.
got released was
Is
is
episode 75?
no. It was episode 85.
Holy shit.
Did you see the name of
so
the
we're
episode?
5 ahead.
Yeah, we're 5 ahead.
What was it? Was it the Gumshoe?
Gumshoe
the
Jim
Gum
Bop
Show?
and the Return of Jimmy Two Shoes.
Jimmy Two Shoes.
Couldn't resist having the Return of Jimmy Two Shoes.
The The Return of Jimmy Two Shoes. Yeah, but I still think episode 100 should be
Oh,
to
big
be a
thing.
whole team.
Oh, absolutely.
Whole team get together. Episode 100 special. The final trailer for Dune Part 2.
Ugh. I still haven't seen Dune Part 1.
You don't even know the subject material.
Dude, I'm balls deep in the Horus Heresy right now. I can't start Dune.
Well, I mean, Dune would be easy to start and finish because you really only need to read the first book. I was surprised when I found out that they are making Dune Messiah, which
I'm assuming you think is a bad idea.
It's not that it's a bad idea. Okay, so Dune is a flawless sci-fi book. I love it. I think it's great. I think the characters are really well developed. I think it wraps up a little quick, but aside from that, I love everything about Dune.
Yes.
Dune Messiah. So essentially the whole purpose of Dune, and guys, if you're a Patreon subscriber and you are listening to this after dark and you don't want it spoiled for you, I'm sorry, the book's been out since, 1970, so fucking deal with it. So essentially what happens in Dune is the main character, Paul Atreides, becomes the Messiah, essentially, of, like, a desert people. And through, like, this whole path, he realizes a way to save the universe from war.
Okay.
And the first book, Dune, is just a setup of, like, him becoming this all-powerful mind-computer type person. And then, like, it ends with the knowledge that he is setting the world on what the universe essentially, or they just call it the Golden Path, which is like the path to peace throughout the universe. Messiah, which is the second book in the Dune series, completely deconstructs him as a Messiah figure. Like, it's just him coming to terms with the fact that he's been deified by people, which is not something that he wanted. It's just something that he took on because he needed to.
Okay.
And then the entire book is just him trying to deconstruct himself as a god. So he's just like, I don't want people to see me as a god. I'm just a person. And then, so that book, it's like 300, 400 pages, maybe? Jeez. Like, it's small, it's short, and I don't see how they're going to make it into a satisfying movie.
Yeah.
And then the third book is following Paul's children as they continue on the Golden Path, but
you told me that was bad.
So book 3 is not awful, but after book 3 is where it sort of, like, goes off the rails.
Okay.
Because you see, like, Herbert's being, like, a product of his time with, like, the book reading, like, old school propaganda mixed with like sci-fi, and it's just weird. So if you're gonna read Dune, which I know you've mentioned before that you aren't interested, but if you do, I would say stop at 1 because
I think I would read Dune, just Dune, with knowing that I could read Dune and be done with it. However,
you absolutely can.
Matt, here's my problem though. As I told you, I am balls deep in the Horus Heresy.
You are balls deep in a different... I'm not saying
Matt, do you know how many
series with a different book series.
Do you know how many novels are in the Horus Heresy series?
Like 700?
54.
That's a lot of books. Can you read them all in a day like you can with Animorphs?
So, no. I have them on audiobook that I've been listening to them, and I've finished almost 3 books in 5 days.
Oh, dang.
So they're like 400-page books, but like I'm at work, and most of the time I can just plug in my headphones and just like listen as I hear about giant 8-foot men murdering people. It's great.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think
I'm not
you would,
saying I'm saying like what you can read Dune after.
Yeah, no, I might like slip Dune in there somewhere.
It is a worthwhile read, I think.
I figure that. Also, Matt, you should read these books.
I have so many to be read that I cannot add a 54 book series to it.
I know, but Matt, they read like their World War II like memoir books. But then all of a sudden someone mentions like a 8-foot tall man ripping someone's spine out of their back, and you're like, oh yeah, that's right, this is a sci-fi novel.
Oh right, sci-fi. Hi Megan.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Zach and I are just going back and forth about literary works. I have to get through Wheel of Time before it kills me.
Yeah, but like if you have to sit there and suffer through it, is it really good?
Okay, I'll be honest with you. No.
So why are you reading it?
All right.
But
We appreciate your candor.
I've sunk too much time into it to not see how the story ends.
That's how people lose fortunes in Vegas.
That's
This
why
is
like,
true.
that's why
I
fucking
know.
Google is made, dude.
I mean, okay, so I know that it ends with the good guys winning. That's not my point. Like, I just want to see if the ending is as satisfying as, like, I don't know. What's wild about that book series, though, is that, like, you'll go online and you'll listen to people talk about the Wheel of Time, and they're like, it gets good after book 5. And it's like, my brother in Christ, that is, like, 3,000 pages.
Yeah.
I get so mad about that because, like, I think... When was Dune published?
Dune? Hang
Yeah,
on.
like, when did it hit the literary seed?
I will look that up.
Dune publication.
Dune publication date, 1965.
Okay, so my aggravation with this is people are like... Or did you say Wheel of Time?
I'm talking about Wheel of Time
Which
specifically.
one is gets...
Wheel of Time.
Okay, so Wheel of Time and Dune, whatever. But, like, if your first line is not good in a book now in the publishing industry, no one is going to give you 5 books to heat up.
Absolutely
Yeah.
correct.
No one is going to let you, like, jerk off for 3,000 pages and be like, I'm sure this will improve, but in the meantime, here's an advance.
Yeah.
You do have to be kind of hot right out the gate.
Yeah, like, you have to absolutely be screaming out the gate, and this is one of the reasons, like, I get aggravated about, like, the fuck around generation. I'm talking to you, boomers, where they're just like, it was hard back in our day, too. It's like, what was hard? Sometimes there was a line at the mall, and, like, you might have gotten drafted to Vietnam, like, and you could just walk into a publisher's office and be like, here's my shitty manuscript. I assure you, book 5 is going to be a banger.
I took a shit on a page. Publish this. No, it's not.
And they're like, yep, sounds good.
The thing about Wheel of Time, and like I've lamented about this series a lot because Robert Jordan describes everything in excruciating detail. It just takes it takes a long time. You're reading the story from 5 separate characters' perspectives, and so like it's a lot of like you'll read the perspective of one character, and then the next chapter is another character who's questioning the motives of the character you just read. So it does get really frustrating to be like, I completely understand this character's motives. And then you switch to a character that's just like, I don't have any clue why he's doing this. And you're like, but I know, and it's boring to listen to you talk about how you don't understand it.
Yeah.
And so it does get, and it gets
Yeah,
it
so-
gets a little frustrating to be like, There's a character, and I was talking about this one time when my dad was down here, and I was like, there's a character that's arguably the most interesting. His name is Matt. He has, he's like really lucky, and he's...
Just in general?
Well, so a little bit of a lore dump for Wheel of Time, but he goes through this portal. He asks for, like, knowledge, essentially, and he's gifted with, like, the memory of his past lives, because the whole purpose of the Wheel of Time is that, like, you're just a soul that reincarnates into a new body. And so he, like, becomes this master tactician in battle without any effort, because he's like, these are just memories that are coming to my head, but I know what I'm supposed to be doing. And he's the most interesting character because he just slips out of shenanigans because he's lucky. And so it's annoying to read a perspective of Matt where it's like, I don't know how I'm getting by, but I'm fucking doing it. And, like...
I'm out here.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm here. And then you read from a perspective of someone who's, like, tailing along with Matt, and they're like, he's literally as dumb as rocks. He does not deserve to be special. He's not a special boy. And it's just like, give the guy credit. He got you out of, like, 7 different life or death situations with a whim. And, like... he MacGyvers situations, and it doesn't make any sense. So it's just, but it is a frustrating way to tell a story.
Yeah.
I've lost you. I've lost you all.
Nope, I'm still here. I get that. I don't like jumping perspectives.
I mean, it's acceptable when there's not 7 perspectives. Like, it's also...
That's why I couldn't get into the fucking Game of Thrones books.
See, but the Game of Thrones books, and I was just about to say, like, they do... George R.R. Martin has an interesting way of writing where even when 2 storylines kind of converge, he still writes with the idea that, like, the reader has a knowledge of the motives of... So, like, he doesn't go through the process of explaining the step-by-step of, like, this is what this character understands about the other person's thing. He'll just be like, we know what's going on here.
Matt, you lost me as soon as you said George R.R. Martin has an interesting way of writing.
Okay, look, I'm not saying he's the best writer. All I'm saying is it's a better way of writing where he's not, like, re-explaining something that you know from a different character's perspective.
No, he's not going over the same shit a million times. Yes, I get that.
Yeah,
I don't find his writing interesting.
Look, and maybe it's not.
But that's me personally. Anyway.
I like it. I'm mostly annoyed with the fact that he doesn't feel the need to complete the books because the TV series is out and the TV series was garbage. We should probably record a podcast.
Yes, we should.
This has been Zach and Matt's Literary Corner.
Yes.
Megan was here too.
That's true.
Megan,
but
how's your
she's a
smut?
librarian, so she has, like...
The smut's good.
Oh, yeah. You still smutting it up?
Yeah, I'm reading one where a priest fucks a parishioner on the altar.
Isn't that just Fleabag?
I was about to say Fleabag?
I don't know.
I don't
know, it's good. Very disrespectful to the Catholic Church.
Good. I haven't watched Fleabag, but I feel like I really need to.
I echo that sentiment.
All right.
Do we want to decide an order?
Can I go first?
Because
I am excited about my thing today.
I just know that my story is kind of little, so I could...
Mine is larger, so...
I could potentially go middle, but...
Okay.
What did we do last time?
I believe I was last time.
I will check.
I was first.
We'll check.
because I hadn't gone first
Oh, shit.
in a long time.
It didn't save our order from last time. That's a shame. I cannot answer the question.
But I have it today in history for whenever we're ready.
I don't mind you going first, Zach, but I really think, like, my story is not super long, so I just don't want to...
That's fine. You can go in the middle.
Yeah.
Day. I'm fine with Zach
Okay.
going first, me going middle, and you going last, Megan. Is that
Yeah,
the
that sounds
plan?
good. Yeah, I think so.
I think that sounds like a great plan.
Followed by
I will count us in.
me. Followed by Megan. You can count us in whenever you're ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.